Hi, Bev again with another video. I want to say, what I try to do in my videos is take complex subjects and make them a little easier to understand. But I do have to admit, it's hard to do it in 5 minutes. So if you really want some more details on this sort of thing, I would suggest that you buy my book, Are You Fat Making or Calorie Burning? And today's subject certainly affects fat making. Okay, so thanks a lot. Now, industrial seed oils are the current new no-no. I mean, in the 90s, we were told not to eat dietary fat. In the 2000s, we were told, oh, you got to avoid a lot of carbs. Fortunately, protein was never thrown under the bus, thank goodness. And now seed oils are the current no-no. But you know what? I agree. Why do I agree? Okay, first of all cooking oils are combinations of fatty acids, right? But those with higher levels of polyunsaturated fats from seed oils are really bad for you. And what we're talking about in seed oils is this linoleic acid. It is an omega-6 acid, fatty acid. And you will see sometimes linolenic acid, and that's an omega-3. It just has an N in here, one letter difference. So if you see something that says no linoleic acid, proud of themselves, well, look out, because it's going to have a lot of these guys. Okay, so both of these types of fatty acids are certainly essential, right? Your body cannot make these fatty acids. It needs these fatty acids. But this fatty acid is the primary one that's found in seed oils. So let's look at the seed oils that typically are bought, and let's compare the omega-6 and the omega-3. Now, if you look at them, fish is completely different, right? It's 100% omega-3, no omega-6. But look at these seed oils. Especially, a lot of people buy this safflower. It is 75% with this fatty acid. Now, you might think, well, really, why is it bad? We do need omega-6. Why is it bad to eat it? Okay, let's talk about that. And the main reason that I want to talk about is that it is an evolutionary mismatch. Whoops. And what I mean by that is until the 1900s, we didn't even have any of these seed oils. But today, linoleic acid accounts for 8% of our total daily calorie intake. And our ancestors, it was maybe 1, 2, or 3% because they were eating whole foods, right? But in fact, if I look even further, a healthy person has maybe about 2% of polyunsaturated fats in their body fat. But many people these days have as high as 30%. And what is the cause? Seed oils. Because these are used in a lot of foods, not just processed foods. It's used in a lot, right? Fried foods, whatever. And your body is just not designed to handle such a massive consumption of linoleic acid. You certainly need a healthy balance between omega-6 and omega-3. And our ancestors' healthy balance or ratio was 1 to 1. And this must be maintained by your body to promote optimal health. And you need both because omega-6 is pro-inflammation, and omega-3 is anti-inflammation. And you do sometimes need inflammation, if you have an injury, right? So it's important to have both, but as a balance. They're mediators, inflammation mediators. So what happens when you get a lot of this 6, you get chronic inflammation, and that leads to obesity, heart disease, even to some metabolic diseases. Now, they're highly unstable, especially when exposed to heat or light or to the chemical inputs that these companies throw in. They contain harmful additives, and that's to prevent rancidity, right? Obviously, you don't want rotten food, but they create toxic byproducts when heated. And that, if you have any kind of toxic byproduct in your body and you can't get rid of it, guess where it goes? It goes to your fat cells. And if you don't have enough fat cells, your body's going to save you by making more fat cells. That's why I talk about obesity in this. And this one, it oxidizes easily. And what that does is it leads to trans fats, which lead to heart disease. It leads to, believe it or not, can create liquid peroxides, and that promotes the aging of cells. So what can you do? Well, there's a lot of conflicting information out there, but let's keep it simple. Let's forget about the kind of scientific weeds and talk about what we can do to avoid this. First of all, accept that anything processed will always have industrial seed oils in it. But again, you say, but wait a minute, I need this. Yes, when you get this in whole food, like our ancestors, it's good for you because there's always a balance of 3 with it as well. But whole foods include nutrients that prevent omega-6 from being oxidized, okay? And remember, where is it? Oxidize easily. This is heart disease, etc. What else? And whole foods are not exposed to the chemicals and the industrial treatments that make these seed oils so toxic. So I would say don't buy industrial created seed oils. Now, I have to admit, I'm not perfect. I do buy canola oil occasionally. It has a bit of 3 and it doesn't have as much 6, and sometimes I use that, if I'm frying something. But I always throw in a whack of butter with it, right? I don't use a lot of this. What else? Buy extra virgin olive oil. I use a lot of that. It's very good for you. It's mostly omega-9. Your body makes 9, but you can also eat it. And I use a lot of butter, as I said. What else? Reduce your consumption of fried foods from a restaurant because they have these large deep fryers, and typically they cook in repeatedly heated seed oils. And remember, they're unstable and they create this toxic byproduct junk when they're heated. So, just be careful, do some research, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.